So you've decided to learn French, but with dozens of apps promising fluency, picking the wrong one means months of frustration with nothing to show for it. I tested 3 of the most popular French apps with completely different teaching strategies. Here's which one is actually right for the way that you learn. The first 2 French courses I want to talk about are Rosetta Stone and Babbel. In my experience with both of these apps, I found them to be best suitable for obtaining a beginner to intermediate level of fluency in French. They're both approachable and do a good job of easing you into the language without being overwhelming. There are 2 main takeaways from Rosetta Stone, and those are their dynamic immersion teaching method and the extra resources they provide. Rosetta Stone tries to replicate how you naturally acquired your first language by limiting English instructions. Think about the way a baby learns to speak. It hears their primary language being spoken and gradually builds associations between words with places, people, and things. Most of the exercises you'll have in a Rosetta Stone lesson are matching words or phrases to images to build associations between words and objects. The typical Rosetta Stone French lesson should take you about 30 minutes to complete. When I started with their French course, it wasn't an immediate fit for me. Being thrown into matching with no background knowledge of French was difficult because Rosetta Stone makes you work through a few exercises before you get a little help. It was frustrating not knowing what I was getting wrong and then having to remember the same word later on in the lesson. I'm not going to lie either, I definitely guessed and tapped randomly a few times at the beginning. So if you're someone that needs a quick explanation to understand why the language works a certain way, Rosetta Stone is going to test your patience. But if you're willing to sit with the discomfort, the comprehension that builds up over time is pretty impressive. After a few lessons though, I started to get the hang of it. The extra resources were a tremendous help to my learning. I'm more of an auditory learner, and reading and writing also help me retain information. For visual learners, the everyday Rosetta Stone French lesson is great because you'll always have visuals present. What helped me most was their chat missions. In the chat missions, you pick through a range of topics to practice having a discussion. This can help out with you hands-on learners as well. For me, it made it easier to put sentences together because I could see the partner chats written out and practice writing my responses. Rosetta Stone provides supplemental resources like phrasebooks and live classes to aid your understanding through other teaching outlets. So if you're having a difficult time in your everyday Rosetta Stone lessons, I would say to use the other resources available to you before calling it quits. If you're looking for short lessons you can knock out in just 10 to 15 minutes, Babbel is a great choice. Their lessons are structured into small segments that build upon introductory skills to help you meet an intermediate level of fluency. Unlike Rosetta Stone, Babbel does give you instructions in English and readily available translations, so you aren't left to figure it out on your own. A big plus for those of you that prefer more direct instruction is that Babbel layers in grammar and speaking practice into almost every exercise. A feature I love is their AI conversation partner, Babbel Speak. I tested it as if I was ordering food at a cafe, the kind of situation where you'd actually need French in real life. It wasn't perfect, but it was honest feedback, and that's more than most apps give you. So those are the 2 apps we recommend for beginners, and as far as cost is concerned, they're both pretty affordable, but Babbel is going to be the most budget-friendly at around $8 to $15 a month after discounts. They do also offer a lifetime plan for a one-time purchase of about $300 MSRP. For Rosetta Stone's monthly subscription, you're looking at about $10 a month. There's a bit of a price gap here, but both of these apps seem to always have discounts floating around, so be sure to check out the description below. For Babbel, we have a link for 55% off, and for Rosetta Stone, a discount for 25% off. Like all languages, you can build your way up to fluency in French. Pimsleur's French course is designed with fluency in mind, not an intermediate level of understanding, not just the basics for a trip, full fluency in French. Pimsleur is a good option if you're looking for an immersive audio learning experience. They limit English instruction and give you the basics for understanding the material, but they want you to work on building your understanding without relying on translations. A standout feature for Pimsleur is their CarPlay integration. Pimsleur lessons are lengthier than most, and the audio portion will take you about 30 minutes to complete. If you find yourself pressed for time or have a lengthy commute, being able to complete the audio portion on the go makes a real difference for anyone with a packed schedule. There's also other exercises you'll work through after the audio portion to reinforce what you've been introduced to. For a Pimsleur French subscription, you'll find yourself paying $20 a month after discounts, or for just $1 more, you can get access to all the languages Pimsleur has to offer at $21 a month. Go ahead and give Pimsleur a try with their 7-day free trial. It's linked down below in the description. Here's where I land. If you're starting from scratch and want a structured program that covers grammar, vocabulary, and speaking, Babbel is the right starting point. If your goal is real conversational fluency and you learn best through audio, Pimsleur gets you speaking faster than anything else at this price. And if you prefer learning through images and immersion rather than rules and repetition, Rosetta Stone is built just for that. For a full breakdown of all the features, pricing, and our own hands-on experience with both of these apps, check out our full written review. All you gotta do to find that is Google Guide to Fluency, Best Apps to Learn French. By the way, we'll be giving away a free language learning subscription to one of our lucky subscribers. Just check out the details down below to learn more. It's super simple to enter. Just like, comment, and subscribe. That's all for now. Best of luck.